Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. This Wednesday we'll be listening that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna indicating that even through songs we can make meditation. But before that, let us come and, as usual, we will chant this mantra and we will start beginning reading from this book. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhiriritam kalmashapaham sravana mangalam srimadatam bhuvi grinanti e bhurida janaha. This is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is in the having some discussion with Dr. Sarkar. The same thing is continuing. And the Wednesday, we read and also discussed that as long as there is the body, one should take care of it. But I find that the body is quite separate from the self. When a man rids himself entirely of his love for lust and gold, then he clearly perceives that the body is one thing and the self another. Then they give their different other examples. Now, here the Girish and the devotees, they were also there, and the Pandit Shashadhar, that discussions were also there, he mentioned. And here we find the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, once, a long time ago, I was ill. I was sitting in the Kali temple. I felt like praying to the Divine Mother to cure my illness, but couldn't do so directly in my own name. I said to her, Mother, Hriday asked me to tell you about my illness. I could not proceed any farther. At once there flashed into my mind the museum of the Asiatic Society and the human skeleton strung together with wire. I said to her, please tighten the wire of my body like that, so that I may go about singing your name and glories. It is impossible for me to ask for occult powers. Now, why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning this? Because through this he is teaching us we should not give too much of importance on this body. The body is essential to realize the God. Without the body, we won't be able to do that. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. There is a word. It says like this. Through the body only you have to perform your duties and other responsibilities. That is dharma. Dharma means that righteous way if you are performing your duties. But who will do it? Mind is giving us the ideas, but we are performing through our bodies. So the body should be, at least to some extent, it should be keeping well. Then otherwise, all the time if you are sick, you won't be able to concentrate your mind also. So that is very important. At the same time, if we give too much of attention to the body, that means all our mind will be, thought will be on the world, which will take us away from the God. This is very, very important thing for the spiritual seekers, that there is a God and God's creation, this phenomena, this world. Now, if we want this world that is also God's created and created out of Him, but at the same time, we won't be able to realize the God. But when we realize God, after the realization of the God, then we see that God and this universe are not separate. That is the Vedantic, the way of realization. There is only one, there cannot be two. So when we see the separation, it is our imagination that it is separate. Actually, it is not. So that is very last condition. That is the last experience. This moment, we are thinking that I am separate, you are separate, they are separate. All things are all separate individuals. So at this time, what should we do? Then Bhagavan said that you must keep your body in such a way that it can perform the God's work. And there is a prayer also. In the Chandogya when you study, the Shanti mantra of the Chandogya says that keep our body in such a way so that we can perform what the God loves to do. So how we will perform that, the God will be happy with us. So that is the prayer. But at the same time, again, for our reminder, we should not give too much of importance on the body. It is on the mind, and the mind detached completely from the worldly thoughts. And the moment it is completely detached from the worldly thoughts, it is pure. The moment it is pure, it is divine. So this is so simple, at least when you are discussing. But the difficulty is to separate it. Because the adhesive that the God has used is so strong, and that is called Maya, that the God's power is very difficult. Now Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is sitting over there. At first the Hridaya asked me, I was then under his control. Now, when a sadhaka, he is practicing, he can't take care of his body. Sometimes some people will come and then look after them. And slowly, very unfortunately, in the most of the cases, those who are helping that holy person start thinking that they are more powerful than the holy person. They forget that they have come to serve. They think, oh, without me, he won't be able to do anything. Completely wrong. There's an opportunity that you have got to serve. But now you are thinking that you are serving, that is because he is there. Otherwise, you would have died. He has no power to help himself. No, it is not at all. Somebody else will come. Somebody else will come and help. That is the way the God's things, the divine things goes. So Hridaya Ram, he was the very close relative of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He got that opportunity, but unfortunately, at one point of time, he forgot. The ego came, and he was dictating Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. You must do this, you must ask this, you must say this, like he was dictating. And he was like a child, so he was under his control. He's mentioning that. At first, Hridaya asked me, then dash, I was then under his control, then dash. This word, under his control, that means the Hridaya Ram, he was controlling him. Otherwise, Sri Ramakrishna would not have mentioned this. Hridaya was serving him, of course, but at the same time, he was dictating him. That is a great mistake. And we have also seen in many places when a person is serving the ashrama or serving some society, they come over there in a humble way, but slowly they start thinking, oh, this belongs to me and I can do it, I can do that. It's a great mistake always to do. Hridaya also did that. Afterwards, he was thrown out of that. And he used to come, he was not allowed even to enter into the premises of the Dakshineshwar. He will be standing far away in the main gate, and then he will be requesting through someone to Sri Ramakrishna to go to him, I like to see you. I like to touch your feet. But he was so close. This always happened. These are the things that are happening here, recorded here, And that is coming down to us to teach us. We should be very, very careful. They say, at first the Hridaya asked me, I was then under his control, to pray to the mother for powers. I went to the temple. In a vision I saw a widow 30 or 35 years old, covered with filth. It was revealed to me that occult powers are like that filth. I became angry with Hridaya because he had asked me to pray for powers. Those who go on meditating, they slowly become like a child. They start depending on others, believing on others. Because the worldly all thoughts are not there in their mind, so they think everything very simply, that the children they do the same way. But those who are nearby, they should take care. Otherwise, now Hridaya, he was thinking, as because he understood that Sri Ramakrishna has reached to a very high plane of spirituality, he thought if he is asking some occult power, he'll be able to earn some money. And if he earns some money, Hridaya will also get that, because Sri Ramakrishna never touched those money. And that is the way it always goes. And Sri Ramakrishna became very angry with Hridaya. After that, one gentleman, Ram Taran, began to sing. This gentleman, he was attached with our the Girish Chandra Ghosh, and Girish Chandra Ghosh composed a beautiful, in those days it was very famous, the play that's on the life of Lord Buddha. And he composed also some of the songs, and this gentleman is singing, he is a singer. Behold my Bina, my dearly beloved, the lute of sweetest tone. That is if you are playing the Bina, one type of musical instrument in India, and when you are singing, you are using that. Those who have seen the images of Devi Saraswati, she is also having that Bina. So the beautiful, the tune, the music comes, but if the words are very soft, it won't give the tune. Very hard, it won't. So it should be tuned properly. Through these words is mentioning that one should be in such a way pray to God and meditate on God so that they can get connected. Too loose, whatever is happening, let it go. Sometimes I am remembering God, you won't realize God. And it is too hard and also difficult. So it is from the life of Lord Buddha. So they are mentioning, many of you, those who have read the biography of Lord Buddha or know it, the Lord Buddha in the beginning of his spiritual journey was very, very, very austere. He used to live almost on no food. Then he became like a skeleton. He lost forget about meditation. He could not control his mind. It was roaming around everywhere. Why? If you don't have the energy, that the body and also the mind, that this is all connected. So it says, if you are not having sufficient food, proper food, then the mind is also becomes inactive. Buddha becomes so. So he left that particular place, went somewhere else. Then he went to a river called Niranjana, and then bathed him there, came and sat under a peepal tree. And he was meditating there. Then a village lady came to offer some food to the forest god, the tree god. Seeing Buddha under that tree, I think Nandalal Bose, the very famous artist in those days, he has painted as just a skeleton. Lord Buddha is sitting a little leaning on that tree. It seems that the tree god is sitting over there. And this simple-hearted lady, thinking that is the tree god, offered that porridge to Buddha. And after eating that, Buddha gained back his energy. He sat over there, and that is the time he realized that knowledge. And he said, from the Gautama, he became the Buddha, the enlightened one. So in this song is mentioning in that way, it should not be very hard, it should not be very loose. Madhya Pantha Avalambaniya. In Sanskrit they say, always take the middle path. Madhya Pantha Avalambaniya. It's not very loose and it's not very hard. So you won't get the result in that. The doctor to Girish. Is it original song? The doctor, we can understand, he used to go to this type of place, he heard those songs, he used to like to listen to this music. So he was acquainted with all that. So he never heard, so he was thinking, is it original? The Girish Chandra composed it and he said, no, it is an adaptation from Edwin Arnold. Edwin Arnold, he wrote the Buddha's life. That became very famous in those days in the whole of the West. And from there only he translated and he said, no, and from there only I got the influences and I wrote on that. Then the Ram Taran sang from the play The Life of Buddha, another very famous song that it was composed by Girish Chandra Ghosh. And it says, we mourn for rest, alas, but rest can never find. We know not whence we come, nor where we float away. It says in this way that some of the Swamis who can sing, that they sang, I heard one Swami singing, it's really, really beautiful song. Judaite chai in Bengali, Kothai Judai. I like to get some rest. Juda, no, in Bengali means like to take the rest. I'm tired with this worldly life. Now I like to take rest. So as if that is coming out through this, as a prayer is coming out through music. Judaite chai, Kothai Judai, Kotha hote ashi, Kotha bheshe jai. Where from I come? Where do I go? I do not know. What is this life? This is a beautiful song. And Sri Ramakrishna, when he heard this song, he went into deep samadhi. It's a very long, big song. And Sri Ramakrishna listened to the song, he went into samadhi. Friends, this is the point we should note. Through the songs also one can meditate. You know that when we are meditating, there are three conditions we all know. The Western people, they say it is a psychophysical being. The human being is nothing but mind and body. But we, the Easterners, particularly the Indian philosophy, it says, beyond the mind there is another conscious thing. Mind is not conscious. If it is conscious, then it will be constantly same. It cannot change. As because it is changing, that means it is not that permanent thing. The consciousness cannot change. From that point of view, we can see the changes. Consciousness, which is also termed as the Atman, Paramatman, the Brahman, this is always static and permanent. It is giving constant light. And other things are lighted because of that. This is a wonderful way our Indian mind, it went and reached to that condition, and it says it is separate from the body and mind. Mind is subtle. Body is the gross. You can touch it. You can, all these five organs can, it can taste it. I mean, examine it. But the mind is different. It is subtle. But the beyond mind cannot be original. Beyond that must be some power, which is helping the mind to act, and the mind is dictating the body to perform. So this way it is going. Who is the master? It is the Atman, it is the self, it is the soul. And they have proved it through avastatraya shakshi vichara. There is a process. Many a times the Vedantin they discuss, always they discuss it, because that is the way one can understand that beyond the body and mind there is consciousness. How I will prove the consciousness? And in the Vedanta, particularly Advaita Vedanta, without proving they won't accept. When they understand it, realize it, they accept and ask people, yes, it is correct. So this is a very wonderful scientific religion, the Vedantic religion. Now that is why all over the world people are now interested about Advaita Vedanta, though it is very difficult to practice. So the same Advaita Vedanta, it comes down as if and gives Dvaita Vedanta, the duality, and practice that and slowly prepare your mind, and then only you will be ready to understand Advaita Vedanta. This is oneness. Now when you look at the life of Lord Jesus and we appreciate Lord Jesus, we accept him as an avatar. Why? Because the same thing we find in his life. We accept Lord Buddha as an avatar. Why? We see the same thing in his life. He is first trying to find out, and at that time he was the body, he was the mind, searching for the soul, searching for the consciousness. And it is so eminent in the life of Lord Jesus. Then he is praying to God, and slowly, because of the constant prayer to God, a divine power is manifesting within him. That is showed now and then to those people, because those people who were listening at the time of Lord Jesus, they were not ready to understand these subtle points of the Vedanta. So we can understand 2000 years before. So obviously society was completely different. So that is why he was showing some of the miracles. But now, after 2000 years, when Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is talking with people, he is telling this type of miracles, oh, that is like a filth. I don't want it. And the Divine Mother told, don't want it. Don't ask for this. Look at the difference. Krishna, Lord Krishna, he was showing the miracles. The Jesus was showing the miracles. Why? It was necessary at that time. Long before, people were not ready. But at the time of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is the modern age. It's the 18th, 19th century. So obviously science was already there. The people developed their the thinking power, understanding. So it was not necessary to show those type of things like lifting the heel on the finger or walking on the water or bringing the dead man to life. It was not necessary. So what was necessary? To make people aware about their divine nature. And what is the divine nature? Love. What is the divine nature? Unselfishness. The people, they are practicing that. They have love, they have unselfishness. But the unselfishness, only the small group of his own people. Love only with his own people. And that's why they are not getting the freedom and not complete joy. When breaking those boundaries, one can embrace the whole universe. Then only one becomes holy and gets the ultimate happiness. Now, avastatraya shakshi vichara, it proves that beyond the body and the mind, there is the self, and everyone realizes that in the susupti stage. Susupti is a terminology, Sanskrit term. What does that mean? That a dreamless sleep condition. The awakened condition, Jagrat, then the dream condition, Swapna, and dreamless sleep condition, Susupti. And these three, beyond that, is that self. So it's Jagrat, Swapna, Susupti. In the Susupti, we don't see the dream also, and that proves the mind is not active. Body is sleeping, Mind also not dreaming. But still we are surviving. How? There is no body, there is no mind, but still we are surviving. We come back again and we say, I had a wonderful sleep. I enjoyed. That means that is the source of happiness. To be happy, one must try to reach that stage. Now, how? In sleep we go, but it is not under our control. By nature, it takes us. We experience it, but we forget it. Why? Because we don't know how to reach over there willingly. So the research started. How to reach over that third stage willingly? By controlling the mind. First you have to control the body, then second you have to control the mind, and third you have to forget the body and mind, you reach over there. So again the yoga, the meditation was developed. So if we see the history of the religion, the step by step all these things developed. When that was necessary, naturally people started researching how to reach over there. Then of course they were meditating, and that is why they realized this. When they are telling there are 3 steps, who did it? A rishi, a researcher. So from there only but he was alone, a few. But how to give this to all the people? That they developed a general method. It called meditation, the yoga. Yoga means union with the self, with the Paramatma. The Jivatma with Paramatma. Individual self with the total self. So that is the Veda yoga. The 2 later Sanskrit word is very important for every human being, because that is the process by which one can reach to the realm of happiness. We want to be happy. We want to be fearless. We want to be eternal. But that is the way. We have to go by that. Now, yoga again developed in 2 steps. First, you have to keep the body ready so that you can bear that. How? They developed another type of yoga, physical yoga, that the name is Hatha yoga. Now all over the world, particularly the Western world and America, many of them, they are yoga teachers. What is the yoga actually they teach us? Hatha yoga. What is the Hatha yoga? Different type of exercises by which you can keep your muscles and the body very strong. So energy is there. That is necessary. And second step is the yoga for the mind. Yoga for the body, Hatha yoga. Yoga for the mind, Dhyana yoga. This Dhyana yoga, that is 8 steps are there. And that was developed by Rishi Patanjali. Different rishis, they actually focused on that, they researched on that particular thing and came out with this wonderful result. These are 8 steps were there, 8-fold path of meditation. Ashtanga yoga. The Ashta means 8, Anga means part, yoga. One, you have to start how? First they say yama, then niyama, external and internal purity and control, yama and niyama. Asana, the posture, how you should sit. Pranayama, control of the breathing. Pratyahara, withdrawing the mind from the sense objects. Dharana, holding the mind on a particular object. Then it becomes one with that object called dhyana. We mostly say dhyana, but dhyana means before that you have to go all these 6 steps. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana. Then yama, niyama, asana external. But pranayama, pratyahara, dharana internal. These are the 6 steps are very important. First external 3, internal three, then you go to dhyana. And when you become that, that is called samadhi. Now, here again, the samadhi, they say there are two types of samadhi. If you take the help of some object, then that samadhi is considered lower samadhi. Oh my God, to reach to dhyana is so difficult. Those who try, they know. The moment you sit for dhyana, all your thoughts will come. Oh, I was supposed to call him, I forgot. I was supposed to do this, I forgot. All your thing will come. That is the regular experiences of those who try to meditate. But when you can control that, then you go to the dhyana and you are becoming one with the object, and after that only you are that. That is called samadhi. But if you are taking the help of some object, like taking the help of some the god or goddess, it is Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. Many people, they meditate on Lord Vishnu, on Lord Shiva, or Kali, or Durga, or Sri Rama, or Sri Ramakrishna, or Krishna. So different, Ganesha. But this Dvaita Bhava, duality, and there cannot be the permanent. Because duality, then there will be separation, and one point of time you have to, the two things coming close, and then one time time will come, then you have to be separated. So the duality, these rishis were not happy. No, we are not going to. We want to be that. So then they went one step ahead. Nirvikalpa samadhi. Swavikalpa. Vikalpa means with the help of an object. Swa, with the help of an object, and without the help of that. So when we reach over there, then they see the same. In the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, we find this. So when he is going and praying to the Divine Mother Kali in Dakshineshwar, then that is, mother is separate and he is separate. He is the votary. He is the worshipper of the goddess Kali. And he is going on praying, and he is preparing food for the mother, decorating the mother. It is a stone image. Still it is there. It is not that as a mythological story. It is there. So we go, we can see that, and the same place, everything is there. This young boy, hardly 18, he started practicing that, and slowly, slowly a day came when it was impossible for him to remain separate from the mother. And in that condition, the extreme mental condition, when he was almost about to sacrifice himself at the feet of the Divine Mother, that stone image became lively. But what he saw, it is not that particular image, having 4 hands and the human skull as a girl and nothing like that. He saw the light. Light is emanating from that. Waves after waves, it came and then covered the whole thing, the sky, the whole Dakshineshwar, the temple, the courtyard, and he also became merged in that. The two became one. And because it is one, there is no images. Sometimes some people, they criticize Hindus, the idol worshippers. Of course, but we are. And if you go to any Hindu temple, you will find so many idols are there. But we take the help of that to reach to this condition where there is no form. It is formless, nameless, pure consciousness. And Sri Ramakrishna merged into that. That's why I always request people to read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna. If you like to know the religion, it is not only Hindu religion, true religion. Religion means oneness with God. And you will find over there how to become one. The Lord Jesus, who started his journey with prayer, a time came when he declared I and my Father in heaven are one. He never said the Father is there and I am here. In the beginning he said, but afterwards we find he is declaring very clearly, I and my Father in heaven are one. So this oneness is necessary. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna teaches us to meditate through music. The traditional eightfold paths is there. And now, do we have to follow that only? Sri Ramakrishna said, okay, that is the thing is there. But at the same time, you can use the path that is so easy. Sorry. That path that is so close to your heart. Almost all people, they like music. They like to listen to that beautiful tune. And when that tune that you are liking, you are forgetting the external world and concentrating on mind on that particular tune, and you are just floating with that tune. And if it is a song, there will be words. And those words is meant for God. Some of the other songs are also there, the social way they sing, not those things. That's why it's called bhajan. It's a different category. Not a very popular song, that the compositions are different type. There is nothing like that. It is for God only they are composing. Their prayer, they're using the tune to reach to that God. So that automatically, if you are listening to that tune, concentrating on tune, and then the meaning of the words, and slowly, slowly you are forgetting the world, and you are merging with that particular God. And when you go over there, you are with God. In Hindi, mostly they sing. It's a very popular song that the baby Rama, he is running about, and his mother, as if that is all imagination. Usually the mother, they do like that. She is chasing that little boy to feed him. And boy, usually the children don't like to eat. So he is just trying to avoid the mother. He is running away. Mother is also chasing him. And as if that particular person, he is observing that beautiful, the play of the mother and the son, and slowly, slowly, because he loves Sri Ramachandra. He thinks Ramachandra is his God. And when he sees that Rama as a little baby playing with that very pure-hearted soul, that mother, and playing with her. Thamaka Chalata Ramachandra. That's a beautiful song there. Why Thamaka? Because he was having some other musical thing at the small little feet, and he is running, the music is coming, the sound is coming. So his mind is following that. He forgets the world. He sees those things, and this is also meditation. When you forget the world and yourself, and you reach over there, also meditation. But swaguna, swarupa, that because you are thinking some object, but that way also you are reaching over there. This is also meditation. There are the famous, the singers, Mirabai, those who know the Indian music, a very famous musician, Mirabai. Then Kabir Das, then Surdas, Kamala Kanta, Rama Prasad. These are the few names. There are so many they were there. I don't know whether they meditated or not because we never read about that. But they were constantly thinking about God, and they were going on pouring their prayer through music. And in one of the lines in the song of the Mirabai, it says, Mere to Giridhari Lal, dusra na koi. I can't think about the two. It is only the Giridhari Lal. Lal means the child. That is affectionately, lovingly they call the young child as a Lal. So I only love that little Krishna. But he is so powerful. He is lifting the whole hill. I love him only. My God and my whole thing is nothing but the Krishna. She forgot herself. She forgot all the society and the people around. So that is called meditation. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when this song was going on, Judai te chai kothai judai, I like to take rest, but where I will take rest? I do not know from where I am coming. I do not know where I am going to go. So he was going on thinking those lines and he was in deep meditation. It's called samadhi. The singing for public is a different thing. But singing for God is a completely different thing. Singing for God with complete concentration, understanding those meanings, is nothing but meditation. So meditation through music. Sri Ramakrishna was in that. As Sri Ramakrishna listened to the song, he went into samadhi. Then Ram Taran sang again. And look at it. The effect of the second the song. Blow, storm, rage and roar. There's some type of song, I don't know. They're different. The Sri Ramakrishna, Master Mahashaya, didn't record also. When the song was over, Sri Ramakrishna said to the singer, What is this? Why this decoction of bitter neem leaves after the rice pudding? The moment you sang the Shine forth, O shining one, and with thy shaft of light slay thou the blinding dark. I had a vision of the sun. As he arose, the darkness vanished, and all men took refuge at his feet. The Sri Ramakrishna was mentioning how he was meditating. In the song, there is a line that the sun is rising and removing the darkness. What is darkness? The ignorance. What is the ignorance? I am this body and mind. That is the greatest ignorance everyone is having. And that because of the ego. But when I was not born, where was this? When I will die, where it will be? What I am going to do with all this? Again and again I am making a mistake and taking birth in different places, in different forms and different names. How many times I will make this mistake? So obviously, and this is the way he is teaching, that when the sun is rising, the knowledge is coming, all darkness is moving away. So I was meditating in that way. Suddenly, why you are thinking in this? But did you notice one thing? When that person was singing, he didn't stopped him when he was singing. No, he never insulted any people anywhere. The gentleness, the courtesy, which is, I'm sorry to say, a little bit less in the Indian society, but in Sri Ramakrishna, it was 100%. Sometimes when he was teaching his disciples, he used to scold them, but that was necessary. But otherwise, he was very courteous, very gentle. Ram Taran, a new person, he has come from that. He is just a singer. He is not a sadhaka. He is not a spiritual practitioner. Obviously, he was singing, he thought, oh, this song they liked, another song. As I was telling, singing for the people and singing for God are two different things. The Ram Taran first song was for God. Second song was for the people. The Sri Ramakrishna didn't like it. And then again he sang to please Sri Ramakrishna, O Mother, Savior of the helpless. Again he sang, "Oh dear friend," etc. The singing was over. Many of the devotees were in a rapturous mood. There was a deep silence in the room. The younger Naren was absorbed in meditation. He sat like a stump. Pointing him out to the doctor, Sri Ramakrishna said, "A very pure soul, unstained by the slightest dust of worldliness." The pure soul, he said. Why? Because unstained by the touch of worldliness. What is worldliness? Me and mine. What is this me and mine? Ego. When I think I, so that is the worldliness. And this is the way we get entangled. Many, even after becoming a sannyasi and practicing all through the life, only to be little popular, the people know my name, people are asking me, inviting me, a little bit of that. I went to that university to speak, I went to that particular person to talk. This type of little bit of things, the worldly things, that is also in the minds of some of the sadhakas. What happened? Worldliness. And when worldliness is there, away from God. Not that it is not necessary. One can do, but at the same time one should be very, very aware that these are all little small things. These are all follies. These are very temporary. If when the king is inviting me, I should go. That is also the courtesy, that is also necessary. So, but I'm not carried out. Oh, king has called me, I am going to meet the king, and then going on propagating everyone, and everyone, oh my God, our Swamiji is going to king. It has nothing to do with that. So that is the way, whatever he is practicing and saying, only to develop our spirituality. So every page, every word of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna helping us to develop our own spirituality. Showing that young boy he mentioned, look at it. When he was listening to the songs, he went into that deep meditation. Not in samadhi though. It is in deep meditation. How? Because his body became stiff, like a stump. That Master Mahashaya noticed, like a stump, that he is sitting over there. When you forget the body, what happens? You are in the realm of the mind. Either you are dreaming in the mind, or you are at the feet of the God, and that is called that Leela Dhyana. Dhyana, meditation, but Leela, all the divine play that the Lord has done, and we are thinking in that way. O Mother, Savior of the helpers, thou the slayer of sin, about the Ma Kali. Now, when we are meditating, we are imagining that beautiful image of the Dakshina Kali, and she is helping us to remove all our weaknesses. And that is a slaying means he was removing all the weaknesses, and that by way she is helping us. So when you are meditating on that, you are seeing that Mother, that is called Leela Dhyana, the divine play, the divine thing that we are meditating, and our mind merge into that. Then the third line comes, that's third stage. We become one with that. Then finally the fourth, I become that. So that is called, that in Vedanta they will call Chaturtham. Chaturtham is the fourth stage, and that is Turiya. The third, Susupti, the body, mind, and without body, mind, the third stage, Susupti. But that is through ignorance. But when we are going, we cross that Susupti also. We go to our own real realm, and that is called Turiya. And that is Sanskrit word, Turiya. And sometimes some of the scholars, they made it fourth stage, Chaturtham. Chaturtham means fourth. So this is the funny thing. The one couple, they requested me, the Swamiji, we had a new baby, please give a name. Because nowadays in the hospital, in the first day itself, you have to give the name for the registration. So they were, can you please give us the name? And that time I was reading that Vedanta Chaturtham. So it came in my mind as I was reading. I told, why don't you give his name Chaturtham? Then they couldn't understand. They said, no, it is not the fourth child, it is the first child. I said, okay, then Pratham. The first one. But Chaturtham means going beyond all this. The meditation through music. And Sri Ramakrishna is telling like this, a very pure soul. And from here we can understand the purity means where there is no worldliness. Monamohan to the doctor, he, pointing to the master, says of your son, I don't care for the father if I have the son. That is, they are disclosing what is said in public. The doctor's son was very devoted, but doctor was little doubtful, and in the beginning he used to love to say that I am an atheist, I don't believe in God, I am a scientist, etc. But he was a very famous man in those days. He started actually one of the founder members of the Asiatic Society. It's still there. In Calcutta, he was one of the founder members there. This Asiatic Society member and a scientist, you can understand, the believing God is difficult. But when he came to see Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, his mind changed. Why? He saw a man, in a human, so much of purity, so much of love, so much of unselfishness. God doesn't mean that you have to have four hands. It doesn't mean that you have to have something very peculiar, not normal, very normal person. And he was from a village, and not very good looking. And still, people are so much drawn to him. Why? He was not having money, he was not having education, he was not having any social status. Then why people are going to him and then they like to serve him? That means something special is there. And slowly, doctor's mind also started changing. He became a devotee. But his son, he was very young boy, I think 15, 16, but he was very pure. The Sri Ramakrishna maybe commented behind the doctor, I don't care for the father if I have the son. And this Manomohan said that to doctor. Doctor, you see, that is why I say that you forget everything else when you have the son. That is in the quotation he says that. And because of the gospel it is there, the son means, here the doctor meant Jesus. So he said, if you get the son. But he also he was just trying to make a fun of it. The master smilingly, I don't say that. I do not want the father. The Manomohan maybe added the word, but the Sri Ramakrishna said, though he is accepting that this is nothing serious, he said, I never said that I don't want the father. If the father is coming, it is good. But if I get the son, that is also good. Why he said that? Because he wanted to shape the minds of the younger people, those who were untouched by these worldly things, so that they will be able to help the world. And the world is all suffering. If you look around the present day world, what is happening? Everyone is thinking money is the only thing and all comfort. So the young girls, young boys, they are all chasing after that. And ultimate thing is a frustration, becoming drug addict, losing the mental balance. Why? Happiness is our goal, and that is true. But the way we are trying to get that happiness is wrong. That we have to remember. Happiness is the goal, but way we are trying to get it. Because the worldly things cannot give us permanent happiness. So we are thinking, oh, this will do. No, it is not. So this is the Sri Ramakrishna. Your boy is quite guileless. One day, Shambhu's face became red as he said, God will surely listen to a man's prayer if he prays to him with sincerity. Look at the faith of that person. He is a householder. He used to visit Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and he mentioned, as because he is so confident, his face became red. But when we become really excited, the color changes. So similarly, the Shambhu said, and look at it. We should note this, that God will surely listen to man's prayer. I received a letter that someone is losing faith in God. He tried long, and now different type of things are happening in his life. Sometimes it happens when we are actually, God wants that person should only remember me, not the other things. So slowly, slowly he takes away all the worldly things. And when we lose that, we lose the faith in God. Again we go back to the same square one. So that is the time one should stick to God. They all came because of you. I never knew my father, never knew my mother. You gave me birth in this family. So they became my father and mother, brother and sister. Now slowly they are all going away because of you. You gave, you are taking away. I don't mind if you are with me. That is the devotee's mind. The devotee with the bichara, were they before me or after me, well, they'll be no. So with whom then I am going to live? I am with God. So that is called the bichara. Well, friends, we should stop over here. We will continue and and listen to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in the next Wednesday again.
So the first question is from Murlidharan. He's saying, Swamiji, it is said that Lakshmi is the consort of Vishnu, Parvati is the consort of Shiva, and Saraswati is the consort of Brahma. Who is the consort of Ishvara? Is it Ma Kali?
Ishvara is the concept. It is not like the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. That is also a concept, because there is a Srishti, the creation, Sthiti, the sustenance, and also the dissolution. So it's the same power, same thing. They have given three names: Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, the creator, the sustainer, and dissolution, that the Shiva. And as because that they are all the knowledge, and they act. When they act, that is the Shakti. Don't think as a man and a woman. Don't think husband and wife. This is the knowledge and the action. And that action is given in the motherly form. So the Saraswati and the Parvati, like that. Ishvara is a concept that he is the creator, another concept. In the Vedanta, they will say Hiranyagarbha. It is not the Brahma, it is Hiranyagarbha. So that is the different way. The Hindus, they have approached in different ways, so that is there. Thank you.
Virendra Mujumdar is asking, Dhyana seems to be a continuous process. My Holy Mother is always with me. Sometimes there is nothing, only a bliss. But this is not staying with me for long. How to make it stay for long?
Oh, you are blessed, I should say. At least if you have got it for a moment, that you are blessed. Ananda Shagare Bhashe Shama Jodi Fire Chai. I don't know whether you understand Bengali. There is a Swami Turiyananda Ji Maharaj. He said to a devotee who was also complaining like this, that I could not meet the Divine Mother, Ma Sarada. Every time I try to go to her, either she is taking rest, she has gone out, the other devotees are there. Now the time has come, I have to go back. Then when I will meet her? He was going on losing the faith. Then one day he insisted, today you go. And he could see from the distance the mother. Mother also turned her face, glanced to him, And then she entered into that house. And in those days, the women quarter, immediately that got closed. And he came back again, broken heart, what Turiyanandaji said, what happened? So then he disclosed that she turned to me, looked at me, but didn't stay there. Then Sri Ramakrishna, that Turiyanandaji Maharaj said, oh my God, you couldn't understand? One glance of the mother is sufficient. Friend, if you have got that, you are blessed. Go on praying, then only the permanently it will come. Thank you very much.
Meenakshi is asking, what is Sarvikalpa and Nirvikalpa Samadhi?
There's a big discussion, Meenakshi, that in a nutshell we can say that if you are accepting some object and then concentrating on that object and getting samadhi, that is called swavikalpa samadhi. And nirvikalpa, ni means negative, that means there is no object. Then what you are meditating? You are just becoming that, thinking on that. You are consciousness. Your consciousness all pervading. And you are full of joy. So that is really, really very difficult even to think in a what's called intellectual way to understand. That is also difficult. But those who can do it, that's a very, very higher and the last stage. Swavikalpa with the object, nirvikalpa without the object. Thank you.
Devashish is asking, in today's society, most of the people are very selfish and narrow-minded, and sometimes it is very difficult to deal with them. Please show us the path. He is also asking, doing good things for people as for human nature, many people don't want that. Please assist.
Don't bother about the many people. The most of the time we get entangled with that, the many people. Whether people will do or not, it doesn't matter at all. You know that famous song of the Rabindranath? Jodi to dakshune keu na ashe, tabe ekla chalo re. So the spiritual journey is a lone journey. If you like to help people, please do that. And whatever you are having, from there a little, you can do that. And pray for them, pray for them, pray for them. And when you are very close to your friends and brothers and relatives, then you can tell them, do you like to join me? These are the families, they want these. If we could help them, that is a very good idea. That's a very good idea. So that is the way and when you are serving them, helping them, thinking they are the living gods and goddesses, a true puja and true spiritual the development will happen, because Swami Vivekananda said that. So if we can perform the puja before a stone image in a closed door temple, can't we do that in the living gods and goddesses who are hungry, who are suffering? So that's why he said, my special object of worship are the poor, the downtrodden, the illiterate, the oppressed. Friends, it's very difficult to understand because that is the purest of the pure Advaita Vedanta. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you again for the beautiful questions. Let us chant this mantra and we conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.